My fellow people, the 2020 presidential election is upon us. Real estate is booming. You're welcome. In fact, I think real estate is doing great. Really great. The greatest it's ever been. Even Alexander the Great thinks that it's a great time to buy real estate. And I think that's great of Alexander to say. Alexander's a great guy. I've known Alexander a long time, and I really appreciate him being great like that. But the question on our minds is, will this presidential election impact real estate? But before I answer that question, if I answer that question, haven't I already answered that question? I feel like I've answered that question already. But before that, do me a favor, subscribe, give a thumbs up, because that's really great if you do that. What's up, everybody? I'm Joey Rockenstein. This is Rockin' Real Estate LA, the channel helping out home buyers achieve their real estate dreams through results that rock. Well, what can we say? 2020 is almost done, but it's definitely been an interesting year. A worldwide pandemic, historically low unemployment, civil unrest has all lead us to change the way that we live our lives. But the one thing that seems to be unfazed by all of this, real estate. It's still going strong. Who knew? But what are some of the reasons why? Well, interest rates are still at a historic low rate. Also, many homeowners have a ton of equity in their homes, at least 60%, and they're looking to cash in. And also, the spaces that we live in, it's completely changed. Now, a lot of homeowners or people who are looking to switch out their homes are looking for spaces for homeschooling, working from home, or working out from home. Whatever it is, you want to do it in your home, and that's what people want nowadays. As 2020 does come to an end though, we are looking at a presidential election that will be one of the most contentious presidential elections of the past century. So it's important to look at the impact of past presidential elections to see how they impacted or did not impact the real estate market. So let's put your mind at ease and shed some light on the subject. So everybody get in your DeLoreans, fire up your flux capacitor, because we're going back to the future. The past, but they said future in the movie, but we're going back, we're going to the past. One thing to understand is there a drop-off in home sales during a presidential election year? Well, BTIG, a research and analysis company, looked at new home sales from 1963 to 2019. And in the report titled One House, Two House, Red House, Blue House, not to be confused with their other report titled Are You My Mother? They noted that in non-presidential election years, there is a 9.8 decrease in November compared to October. This is the normal seasonality of the market with a slowdown in activity that's usually seen in the fall and winter months, starting around this time. But because of COVID, we've seen a lot of activity that started late in the spring through the summertime and started to peak, and now we're getting into the election time of the year. However, if you look at presidential election years, there's a normal 15% decrease in sales activity. So this report explains that potential home buyers become more cautious in the face of a national election uncertainty because they don't know who's going to get into office, obviously, so they want to hold off and see what's going to happen with sales. But what happens to those potential sales that were going to happen? Are they lost forever? Well, the answer is no. BTIG continues with, this caution is temporary and ultimately results in deferred sales. So they just kind of get pushed back to at the end of the year or into the following year. As the economy, jobs, interest rates, and consumer confidence, it's a huge one. I'll say it again, consumer confidence, all have far more meaningful roles in the home purchase decision than a presidential election result in the months that follow. And also, according to chief economist Ali Wolf, she actually agrees with that statement, saying that purchases are just delayed until after the election. History actually suggests that slowdown is largely concentrated on the month of November. In fact, the year after a presidential election is the best year of the 4-year cycle. This suggests that demand is now for new housing is not lost just because of an election uncertainty. Rather, it just gets pushed into the following years. That's two different people who have agreed with this. And that's great news because With low interest rates being forecasted to continue to be strong and low going into the new year, and along with it being the best year of the 4-year presidential cycle, that just means that real estate is going to continue to boom. Now, will it matter who gets elected? To some degree, but not in the overall number of home sales. As mentioned before, consumer confidence plays a significant role of a family's desire to buy a new home. The research firm BTIG also covered this as well, saying that a change in administration may benefit trailing blue county housing dynamics. The re-election of the current president could continue to propel red county outperformance. Again, overall sales should not be impacted in a significant way from the election. I'm going to put some links in the description below to these reports so you can read them yourselves. I'd highly recommend you guys do read it so you can feel good about the real estate market, even though there's uncertainty with what's going on in the world right now. To sum it up, if mortgage rates continue to remain low and the economy continues to recover and unemployment continues to decrease, then the real estate market should remain strong up to the election, past the election, and into the new year. I'm Joey Rockenstein. This is Rockin' Real Estate LA, results that rock. Leave me a comment below. Let me know if you found this useful. Give me a thumbs up if you thought it was useful. Give me a thumbs up if you thought it wasn't useful. Either way, I'm good. See you next time.